Hello, my friends. Welcome. I just got involved very recently with YouTube, and I'll tell you why. But this is my first presentation. I did a couple of shorts, but here I am wanting to share a message. I'm Dr. Michael Harris. I grew up in the Intermountain West. It's winter today. It's very cold outside. Cold and ice, colder temperatures. But I find that winter is a time of reflection and a time for setting goals and coming up with a life plan, maybe renewing it or revising it, getting more serious about what we want to do with our lives. I was a psychotherapist for over 32 years and enjoyed that very much. But I found that something was missing. There's a spiritual component to our lives in a very large way that I felt I was unable to access with clients for all those years. But I did my best and had some success and enjoyed my practice, enjoyed my work, met a lot of wonderful people, saw some lives who were changed, who were improved for the better through their efforts and through my help in some small way. So as my practice, as I was getting older and my practice was sort of reaching its end, so to speak, I felt like there's something I could do, something I could share that would help people in their growth and personal development in a greater way. Something I was not able to fully do with counseling. Counseling has a great place. It's a venue that helps lots of people. But for me, I wanted to share more of my own experiences and help people who were looking for something more than, or in addition to the psychological processes of change and growth and development. Married, I have a few children. They've left home. They're starting their own lives. Currently, it's interesting, at a weird kind of a Christmas. Hope you had a wonderful Christmas. My wife went over to see our children for a few days and planning to return before Christmas, and the airport has become closed in that area and remained closed. And so I've had family and friends in my life during this week, but I've had more time to think and to ponder. And in some ways, it's been really good to have that time. But obviously missed her with me and the children, but there's lots of ways to communicate, and she'll be home shortly. So since I was a psychotherapist, I also started to feel like I was burning out. Because I couldn't share fully, find an audience or people that were searching in all realms, not only psychologically, and mentally and emotionally, but spiritually, I felt like I wasn't fulfilling my purpose entirely. And so I took a break, and I've worked for a hospital for the last few years and gotten into life coaching, which fits, I think, my style and my format and what I want to do a little better. And I've written some books. I've written a book called Secrets for Hope and Healing. That was about 3 or 4 years ago. It comes with a workbook, and that has to do with helping you address past issues in your life. If you're carrying around pain, anguish, distress, things you still need to work through, people you still need to forgive, some significant trauma or issues, this is a great place to start. That's my introductory contribution. So it's called Secrets for Hope and Healing. It has a workbook, and I think it's very, very helpful if there's still some work you need to do regarding the past that perhaps you still may be carrying around. And more recently, in the last year or two, I've written a book titled The Fruits of Virtue. And this is helping you go from a place of pain and distress to a place more of thriving. So from surviving to thriving. And this book, this information that I've compiled and put together is about developing the higher part of you. I call them virtues. It's about character development. Maslow referred to it as self-actualization. So helping you move in that direction. So this is my purpose for having this YouTube experience. I like to share some things that I've acquired in working with people, addressing the whole human being, more of a holistic approach to where we find ourselves in this world today. There's so much distress, so much confusion. COVID did a number on the world, of course, but even prior to that, the world's been moving in a really strange direction, kind of giving up on the tried and true principles of right and wrong, and good and bad, and almost to anything goes. Kind of like this is a social experiment that is unfolding with what may be very dire consequences. We're on ground that we've not walked upon before, and I know it troubles many people. And it's my contention, it's my belief, strongly held, that we're happier when we live by natural law. And natural law is essentially God's law. But those who do not practice any kind of religion find that these principles are eternal and everlasting. So things like faith and hope and courage, morality, basic morality, choosing to have self-discipline in your life, learning how to love and be compassionate, to forgive, to change. We used to use this word called repentance. It's not used much anymore, more of a religious word, but wanting to change and wanting to continue to develop ourselves so that we can become happy, more joyful people. I believe that we are eternal. I believe that we've always existed prior to this earth life. We were created by a God, so we've been around for a long, long time. We're here on earth to develop ourselves, to learn, often from trial and error experiences, but to learn and to evolve and to mature and to make better decisions. These certain laws, referred to as natural law by many philosophers over the ages, even referred to by our founding fathers of the United States of America. They referred to natural law, that these were the things that produced joy and happiness when we lived by those, and when we didn't, we suffered consequences. We didn't have joy and happiness. We didn't have peace of mind. And civilizations, societies, have fallen, have failed when they don't follow these laws, these universal, natural, God-created laws. So I'm excited in the coming weeks to share elements from my workbooks. I'm creating a 12-session webinar so that you can do your own self-study, you can download it, you can listen to it. There'll be homework, assignments, principles to apply in your life so that you can evolve and mature and become a happier human being. I really believe that God intended us to have these principles that we could live by. I've come up with what's called 12 affirmations, and those affirmations are based on the 12 virtues. And I will go more into that if this is something that you're looking for. Again, the world is crazy, it's confusing, suicide is up, depression is up. Lots of folks not knowing, not realizing who they are, that they have a purpose for being here on earth, that they have gifts. I've got a wonderful test. It's an online thing that you can go to, and identify 5 of your greatest gifts. It's a validated instrument by a clinical psychologist. If you could learn about who you are, what your purpose is, your gifts, this will help you in becoming the person that you want to be. I think we were placed here to do good and to help others in their climb to reach the top of the mountain as well. Anyway, I just wanted to share who I am, a little bit about myself, what my purpose is, why I've chosen to do this at this time in my life. I look forward to having you join me in coming weeks. And for now, I say to you, have a great rest of this old year. Come up with a goal or two for the new year. Be thinking about how you want to change on the inside emotionally. There's great goals financially, occupationally, wisdom goals, goals for more knowledge, but I'd like you to consider how do you want to improve in terms of your personality and how you feel inside to your family, to your neighbors, and to your fellow man. We need to heal the world. We can't do it in maybe a big way, but we can do it in small ways as we go about our day and look for opportunities to help others. Looking forward to seeing you again, and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.